What's up, everybody? How's it going? This is Robert Hollis Jr. here, and I'm back. I just having fun, man. I'm super jacked up right now. I wanted to make this video, and like I said, I'm back. And what I mean by back is, man, I looked up online. This is the first video that I've really made in over 3 years, as far as sharing and helping with people and their businesses and self-motivation. And man, I miss it. It feels good to be back. I've actually recently quit my job, which I'll talk about here in a second. The other part of me wanting to share that I'm back is, for those of you that don't know, I recently got a virus called hand, foot, mouth disease, and my kids got it, I got it, and I've been totally inactive over the last week. And I posted on Facebook the other day, you know, what I was going through, because I had a lot of people reaching out like, where you been? We haven't heard from you for a week. And I just want to first take the chance to thank each and every one of you that reached out to me and gave me your blessings and prayers and good wishes for us, me and the kids, to get better. And I'm officially back. I'm sure you can probably still see my hands. They look a little gross, but it's part of why I wanted to make this video is really, the video is termed is, what it's called, sorry, it's been a while since I made these, is what do you take it granted for? What are the things that you take for granted? When I was going through this virus, for those of you that don't know what it is, just imagine that the palms of your hands and the palms of your feet are in constant pain and itchingness, to the point where I literally could barely walk from my bed to the bathroom on carpet without being in excruciating pain. And it really just was time for me to self-reflect and think about what I'm doing, and, you know, the fact that I just quit my job to do this. And it really just inspired me to share this to each and every one of you, is what are you taking for granted right now? Now, not being able to walk, dang, that's a pretty big one. I mean, until all of a sudden, I'm a very active guy. I love playing with my kids. I like riding my bike. I like, you know, going to the park with them, and all those things were taken away from me. And I know that might be way out there, right? I mean, my gosh, you know, there are some people that serve for our country or maybe had diseases that those things were taken away from us. But even if you just look at, you know, real things, is I'm a very affectionate father and a very affectionate husband. My little baby girl always loves nuzzling up and cuddling with me and giving me hugs and kisses. And my son likes wrestling with me. And I haven't been able to sleep next to my wife for over a week. You know, those are things that probably a lot of you can relate with, where you just take it for granted that I can grab my little girl and hug her and give her a kiss, or, you know, roll over and snuggle with my wife at night. Those are things that you might take for granted. And, you know, why I'm sharing this all with you is there's something really that I believe that you just can't teach people, is why, you know, you look at a lot of successful entrepreneurs or business owners or network marketers, and it always seems like they have this sad sob story, or they've been to jail, or they were homeless, or, you know, all these different things. And for those of you that don't know my story, those things have happened to me. And it's really hard to be able to teach that passion and excitement and enthusiasm and relentlessness into somebody that's never been there. And I thought maybe this would be a way to kind of share with you guys, you know, things that might help you be able to get there, because I really believe this is probably, if not one of the #1 reasons why people don't become successful as an entrepreneur. Now, me, for example, I ended up deciding to quit my job to do this full time. And of course, you know, I'm getting crazy calls from my mom and my parents and my friends and my coworkers, like, what are you doing? What are you, stupid? You know, how many people have been called stupid or crazy for even trying to start your business? You still have a security net. You still have a job. Sorry, the battery is going down. But you have to understand that I'm not telling anyone on here to quit their job. Jim Rohn says it the best, is work full-time at your job and part-time in your fortune. But you have to understand, for me, it was a short-term loss for a long-term gain. What I mean by that is, yes, I was making really good money at my job, but I was making more money than I needed to survive. I could cut back. I didn't need to make as much money as I had to. And I'm very confident because of my, relationships and the things that I've worked on really hard for myself that will be able to replace my income. But it is scary. And what I mean by a short-term loss is, yes, will my family be okay? Yes. Is there going to be less, eating out? Yes. Are there going to be chances where my son wants to buy toys or do things that, I have to say no to? Yes, but I'm doing it for a long-term gain. See, people don't realize that you're rewarded in public for what you do in private. That, I think, right there, if people just got that, they would become massively successful in anything that you want to do in life. The problem with people is they just get so complacent and they get so comfortable in their little bubble, their center of influence. You might be the most successful person in your area or out of your friends, even with my friends that I skate with, but then I can hang out with other people that make me look like I don't know how to make money. And with the internet nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, we virtually took that excuse away from you. But the problem with it is you're not willing to take a short-term loss. And what I mean by that is that could be anything. It doesn't have to be financially. It could be being able to take an hour a day to go through personal development. It could be, willing to reach out to people on Facebook and get out of your comfort zone. See, my background, I'm a high school dropout, stoner skater that's been to jail. I had no, communication skills. I had really no friends. I didn't like being in public places because I'd get anxiety. But I was able to take a short-term loss of being able to work on myself every single day to overcome those things. There's just so many people that it's funny. Here's a book from a multimillionaire, but you're too busy watching the football game or your television show to take time out of your life to do that. So, people are so worried, even becoming an entrepreneur about the outside critics. But what you have to worry about is the critic within. You beat yourself up more than you have to. And if you would just allow yourself to be able to take some short-term losses in your time, in your effort, maybe pain. Most people, they're not motivated by gain. They're motivated by, avoiding pain, fear. And I know these might be tough if you're first watching this for the first time, but it's what will make you successful is taking the time to go through training, to show up to seminars. And I can't believe I'm saying show up to seminars. With the internet now, we used to have to drive miles, hours, go to Vegas, spend hundreds of dollars on tickets to sit and take notes. And, now with the internet, you can get a mentor, you can get personal development from virtually anywhere. The problem is why won't you take the time out of your life for the things that you like doing? And you may want to have time with your kids, or you maybe want to have time with your wife, or go to the park, or spend money on, whatever. I love riding motorcycles, taking time to do that. But if I can cut those out of my life to do something that's going to help me in the future. And I really hope you guys understand where I'm going with this, because it bottom line comes down to this one question is, what will you regret in the future for the things that you took granted for today? Why I quit my job is because I was tired of not having enough time with my family. I was tired of not being able to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. I was tired of having somebody else dictate how much income I could make. I was tired of having somebody else tell me where to go. But guess what? I got myself into that situation. I took a temporary loss, so I was able to set my family up with a good nest egg, a good, we've never lived in a house this nice before, and we've never had the cars we've had like this before. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying why I took a 3-year hiatus of what I love to do and my passion was to take a long-term gain. And I'm doing it all over again. That was one maybe step, and hey, I don't regret it. I've grown, I've done those things, but I'm now looking to gain back all the things that I lost to get us in this situation. That's really what I'm trying to make a point. And I just pray to God each and every one of you don't have to lose the things you're taking for granted to get motivated again. Did you guys understand what I just said? Because why is it all the massively successful people you hear of, they had to lose their home before they decided to, really take action. They ended up in jail before they decided to take action. They lost everything they owned and went bankrupt before they decided to take action. I pray you don't ever have to be there when you could make a short-term loss right now to get the things you want for in the future. And that could be, like I said, if you're a father like me, man, if all that happens is I get more time with my family and get more time with my kids and are there to teach them. You know how many karate classes I missed? How many family events I missed? Salespeople work on Saturdays and Sundays, man. That's when people are home. And I had to miss things. And before I know it, 3 years. 3 years goes by fast. How many people would agree they're going to go by anyways? And my little daughter's 3 now, and my son's 5. I lost a lot of things in the last 3 years, and I'm going to get those back, and I'm going to make up for them because I'm willing to sacrifice today for things that I want tomorrow. And I hope this resonates with some people, and I'm just being real. This is my first video back. I've been laying in bed for a week thinking of how I can, share and inspire other people to chase their dreams. I still have my business name is Chasing Dreams. My mom calls me, or, my coworker was one of the best ones. He's like, "What are you, freaking stupid?" Because in sales, man, they put up your numbers on the board. How could you walk away from an income like that? I was miserable. I didn't like what I was doing anymore. I didn't have time with my family, and it was time for me to chase my dreams. So my question to each and every one of you, and I've asked it again, is what will you regret in the future for the things you took it granted for today? Maybe it's don't have enough, guess what? All those things are still going to be there. Super Saturdays or the game, it's funny. They've been playing football for as long as I've been alive. I'm sure there's going to be a playoff game next year. I'm sure there's going to be a basketball game next time. I'm sure there's going to be another time your friends go to the bar. I'm sure there's going to be another time that you can, spend time with the kids. And I know that's probably, for me, the biggest short-term loss you can take is, hey, you got your 9 to 5, and when I come home, I got to relax, and I got to spend time with my family. But if you could take those away for a short-term loss for a long-term game, you can set your family up for a massive future that will change their life forever. And I can keep going off on a tangent. I know I'm kind of going in circles. I'm remaking the same points, but I'm trying to drill this into anybody that's watching this head that you can change your life forever. This is a tattoo that I got on my wrist 10 years ago, and it's a diamond that says 90 in it. And it basically, man, I went from, a nothing, no money, no car, living with my family, to in 90 days becoming a ranking of diamond, if you ever heard those in network marketing companies, and it changed my life forever. How many people like seeing people online that, people like winners? Once again, who cares about the outside critics? Worry about the critic in here, but we all like to see winners. And I can tell you right now, it's not ever too late. I'm 37, deciding to make a whole life-changing career change. But guess what? It feels good. How many people like commenting, sharing when you see in 90 days, I lost 20 pounds. In 90 days, I was able to, run a mile finally. Whatever it is, it feels good to be in momentum, and people are attracted to people like that because they want to win too. What makes those winners versus everybody else? Gosh, you want to talk about losing weight? That's a big short-term loss. Who likes to diet and be in pain while they run and, go to the gym? I sure as heck don't, and it's also why I still have the dad bod. I probably cut it off personally right here so you can't see my belly, no? But it's a perfect example. It works with anything in life, ladies and gentlemen. So, I really want everybody to sit down if you're taking this serious and write down all the things that you take for granted, whether it's your children, whether it's your lifestyle, with your homes or cars. Because all those things are material things. You can lose them, you can get them back, but sometimes you don't realize what you had until it's lost. And that's also why, one of the big things, and I won't say his name, but I had a really good friend of mine, and it was about 6 months ago, go, my gosh, can you teach me what you do? I can't. being in sales and the job that I had, I could not teach them how to do that. But I can teach every one of you watching this how to chase your dreams and how to get what you want. So the longer video than I thought it was going to be, but gosh, I'm back. I don't know how often I'm going to make these videos, but guys, please like and share, comment below. I'd love to meet everybody, answer any questions, add me on Facebook, Robert Hollis Jr. I'm almost to 5,000. I got to delete people, so I'm really not adding anybody unless you send me a message on Facebook or even comment below. Say, hey, I sent you a friend's request, add me. Can't wait to meet each and every one of you. And man, I'm not worried about the outside critics. Sometimes you're in your head. I'm just going to keep making videos until I felt like I've helped some people, and that's one of the biggest joys in life. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching this. God bless, and can't wait to meet you in person.